What is something about your approach to filmmaking that has stayed the same since day one? But then can you also tell us something that you've been doing differently recently, given how the industry has evolved?
Nothing different. Always make movies I want to see. That's the only mantra I have. I don't know about you. I don't know what the audience likes. I have no idea. If I read something or see something or hear about something that I would like to see, I try to get it made. But I don't know. Someday that's going to all change because I'll like something that nobody else will, and you'll be talking to somebody else here.
Not if that's always your compass there, but is there anything in particular recently that you were kind of surprised to like and pursue?
Well, this is one of them. I mean, you never think I'd make a story this emotional about this woman, but we've been doing it a lot. We like to tell stories that educate and entertain, and this is the movie that does both. We told the story, Dangerous Minds, about this phenomenal teacher up in Northern California, changed these kids' lives. We did Veronica Guerin, a journalist who lost her life because she was writing about drugs in Ireland. We did, Remember the Titans, about these two coaches that will never be forgotten. Glory Road, the same thing. Black Hawk Down, about these 18 men were killed. And the parents came up to me and thank you so much for making a story about our sons will never be forgotten. So those are stories. And now Trudy is a story that nobody in this country's ever heard of. It's unbelievable.
Wild to me.
And when you see the archival footage at the end of the movie about the parade, you say, oh my God, this woman was a worldwide phenomenon who just completely got wiped out. And now we're bringing her back because women should know about her. She was a trailblazer for female athletics, for all the women today who are competing. When they said women shouldn't be in the water. I mean, it's a great story.
It's a great and inspiring story. And one of the things that I was thinking after I was watching it is there is no doubt in my mind that this movie will inspire others to take up swimming, whether it's competitively or as a hobby. So it makes me wonder, have you ever seen a movie that's inspired you to do something or try something new?
I think as a teenager, most probably yes. I don't know what that was, but I think we all get inspired by movies. I mean, Top Gun, when it came out, recruiting for the Navy went up 500%. So we do change things for the better. I'm just thrilled that we get to entertain audience. We say we're in the transportation business. We try to transport you from one place to another, take you away from your life for 2 hours and make you feel something. And that's what Young Woman in the Sea does. It makes you feel something. And when you walk out, you feel better.
Can very much confirm that was my reaction to this movie, genuinely. So even though it seems very obvious to me why someone would adapt this story into a movie, I was reading that it took 7 years to get this film off the ground. What were some of the hurdles you had to overcome to make it happen? And what would you call the game-changing thing that happened that finally made the green light happen now?
Well, I think it was Disney. The people at Disney, the executive, Sam Dickerman, and his team there, I really fell in love with the script, and we kept bothering us. We were at other studios. He said, if you ever get it out of there, please bring it to me. And he really championed it and made sure it got made, and it was our cheerleader throughout the whole process.
So I'm glad Disney swooped in, but why didn't that happen sooner? How did no one bite sooner? Because
the conventional wisdom is that sports movies just don't do well. They just don't. They're inspirational, they test well, but nobody shows up. So we got to prove them wrong. And the way you prove them wrong is by you talking about it, writing about it, and telling an audience what an extraordinary movie this really is, what a great experience is. Something you have to see on a big screen. It's a big epic look at her life and her world.
Absolutely. I would also beg to differ because you made a high quality movie, and we also had another phenomenal female-led swimming movie that was Oscar nominated recently. So I feel like anyone could see that there is a whole lot of value in this industry with these kinds of films and stories.
We had a screening last night and with a lot of Hollywood people there. And David O. Russell was there, and he's sitting in the audience. He says, oh boy, another just drama. And then he got caught up in it and just loved the movie and went over to the Disney executives. You have to keep this in theaters. It's such a good movie. You got to let this build. He loved it. And he's somebody who tells you if he doesn't like it or if he likes it. So he was really enthusiastic about it. Diane and I was at the screening last night, and she went up to Daisy and loved the movie and thought she did an amazing job. And she actually had met Trudy. So that's really interesting.
Oh, that's so cool.
Yeah.
You brought up Daisy just now, so I'll go to her next. Again, I said at the top of this interview, you are one of the most prolific Hollywood producers we have. As of late, she is producing more and more. So what is something about her as a producer that you think will benefit the future of Hollywood?
Well, she has great instincts about the script. She really does. She's a good storyteller. She's very smart about her character. We spent hours and hours with her working on the script and reading things through with the rest of the cast. And she had a lot of great ideas and helped us enormously.
I like hearing that. I have all the faith in her in the world. Wanted to ask about an upcoming movie. Actually, before I even say the untitled Formula One racing movie, are we going to get a title for that soon?
Well, so far it's still F1 untitled, but
okay.
You'll have a title.
I'll take it and I'll wait impatiently so I don't have to write all that out anymore. In general, I love Joseph's work, but one of my favorite things about Top Gun Maverick is how he kind of revolutionized the way that we photograph fighter pilot movies. So is there anything in particular he's doing on that film that will change the game in terms of how we photograph racing movies?
Absolutely. The cameras on F1, we put 6 cameras in the cockpit of F1, and they were about this big. Now they're this big. And they couldn't move. They were stationary. Now he's got them panning. So you can be on Brad's face and pan to the car next to him. So it's unbelievable what he's doing. And he's got, I think, 14 different camera positions on the car. We use 4 at a time because we don't want to slow the cars down. Brad's been training in the cars. It's an F1 body that Joe helped design with Mercedes over an F2 engine, which is a 200-mile-an-hour engine. And Brad's learned how to drive it. The drivers who are training him say he's a natural athlete and he's a great driver. Damson, the same thing. We just got back from Abu Dhabi. We spent 2 weeks there filming. We're very fortunate. We're one of the few people that the strike hurt, but not as much as other people, because Joe got to direct all the stuff with the cars that initially a second unit director was going to do. So last year we were following all the races without the actors, shooting all the car footage and the driving footage. Now we're putting our actors in the car and doing the dramatic stuff. And we go back to all the different places and film again. So it's really exciting. It's a fabulous world. We're so lucky to be part of it. They've been great partners with us, the F1 people. And those drivers, there's only 20 of them. There's only 10. I don't know if you follow it all. It's only 10 teams, 20 guys, and they're picked by if they're a great driver. And they start when they're 7, 8 years old. If they're charismatic and if they're good looking. So you look at these young men and they're all very handsome, but they're phenomenal drivers. They're the best drivers in the world. And just to see them go over 220 miles an hour coming in these turns and going down to 50 miles an hour, it's extraordinary. And you're watching Brad do this. It's a world that people are going to be captivated with another emotional story. So it's going to be really good.
Oh, I'd believe it. I'm excited to see that. Now I'm even more excited to see the behind the scenes feature out of it all.
But you have to see another one. We have Beverly Hills Cop coming out on Netflix, and then we have Bad Boys.
You don't stop.
And Bad Boys, both of them are really good. We just had some previews of Bad Boys, and the reviews, fans flipped over it.